Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on lockdown Friday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's turn our attention now to fencing, and of course we're heading to the Blacklords fencing club. Of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now because her name is Salma. She joins us right now. Thanks, Salma, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What have you been doing to hopefully get back to some sort of fencing in 2022?
So far, we have been doing online lessons, and sometimes we have online privates with special exercises. We do footwork, and we do sort of agility to sort of keep us motivated, as well as some mindfulness exercises to keep our mental health up.
How difficult has it been for you, especially not just this year, but I'm sure last year as well, to not be out there doing the sport that you love?
Well, it has been quite hard, but honestly, we've had a lot of friends on Zoom and just family members to help us through it. It's been a little hard. Like it's been better over the years as we've gotten used to it. We've gotten used to sort of the online and more of getting closer together.
What's your coach Rob been doing what's the best thing that you like doing and you're looking forward to when you do these Zoom sessions?
When we do these Zoom sessions, it's when we really open up videos and we screen share and we talk about it and we discuss more of strategies. It sort of helps us with understanding fencing even though we're not fencing yet, and it's just such a fun thing to talk about and watch.
What's the best one that you've done so far?
We've watched some of the Olympics one time. Yeah, that was cool to watch. It was my first time sitting in the Olympics as a fencer's preview. I've sort of just been watching gymnastics as my older sister's a gymnast. So that's what we've watched in the past Olympics. But it was very interesting to watch it this year as a fencer.
You try to convince your older sister to be involved in fencing?
Yes, 100%. And my younger sister, we've tried to get the entire family on board with fencing, but still trying.
Okay, I was going to say, how's that traveling? Have you convinced either of them to sort of move away from their sport?
Well, my younger sister is starting to sort of like my coach, so this is a good sort of preview as she's starting to attend some of the free lessons with us, or just sort of sit there and watch me do the exercise.
You try to get into the picture while you're doing these Zoom sessions. Try to get involved.
Yeah, sometimes. yeah, sometimes.
I guess, what are you looking forward to in 2022?
Probably going on the piste again and fencing, and seeing my friends as well in the club, and sort of just holding the foil again.
And I'm assuming you've done that a little bit this year, considering obviously we've been in lockdown, out of lockdown, in lockdown, out lockdown quite a few times this year. How good was it this year to hold, the foil for, I guess, the couple times that we all got a chance to be into our sports?
Well, honestly, it felt amazing to just sort of fence people, and it's fun to sort of watch and just actually be the one fencing. It was very fun.
Have any competitions you're hoping to be involved in 2022?
I have had some competitions this year, thankfully, and yeah, I'm hoping in 2022 maybe we might be able to do some more competitions and maybe different ones. I would like to maybe participate in ATM's competition 2022.
So you mentioned that you've done some competitions this year in 2021 amongst all the lockdowns. Tell us about at least one of them that you've done.
One of them, which was the under 13 state. I think that was one of the most recent ones. Not very recent, but the last one we did, I think.
And how did you go in that?
I got first place, thankfully.
So, how good was it to finish first, and especially to see all your hard work come together?
It felt good, but it was really fun fencing. As throughout the competition, it was pretty stressful, as I get stressed during competitions. But it felt good to know that it all ended up good in the end, and all of that was really paid off at the end of the end of the day.
Tell us, how did you get involved in fencing, and why did you choose it?
I got involved in fencing in a different country, and I chose it just because I sort of felt like I enjoyed more of the the sport, as well as how complicated it could get. I enjoyed the people there as well. I enjoyed talking to my friends, and I feel like because I enjoy talking to them, I sort of got motivated to fence, which when I actually begun fencing, I started to feel like I was enjoying it more. Before, though, I used to do squash before I came to Australia.
I got a chance to speak to, I'm assuming, two of your friends from the same club. Earlier, I think it was been late last week, in Tamika and Gabby. You know, how special is to have those two, especially I'm assuming both of you are really close friends?
Yeah, we're pretty close, and I feel like they were honestly one of my first friends that really got me motivated to start fencing, and honestly, they were a big help throughout this entire journey. They've been a big help to my mental health as well as my physical. They've helped me push through pain and really helped.
And how important your parents been?
My parents have been very important. They've helped me calm down, as well as they've sort of been there through the days where I've just not felt good about fencing, and just generally how I fenced or just was in the mood. They've sort of understood where I was coming through it from and really helped me get through it.
You mentioned right at the start that you are mainly involved in foil, in fencing. For anyone out there who have no idea the sport of fencing, and especially the discipline of foil, tell us what does that entitle?
Foil generally is one of it's a complicated sort of type of fencing, and overall to me that's just something a little good to know. It's good to understand that if I'm confused or I don't understand, it's not just me who thinks this. And the sport of fencing overall, I enjoy it a lot, and foil is just sort of something that I felt more into than all the other sort of types. I've enjoyed sort of holding it and just knowing that I have a certain spot, and overall I feel like foil helped me a lot with my everyday life, with my mental health, with my handwriting, with everything. It's really helped a lot.
Have you ever tried epee or saber?
I have tried, I think, epee once. It was in my old club though, so I wasn't really into fencing at that moment. I've tried it, and I believe I sort of got a little confused with it, as sometimes where there are just some spots where just I could hit and it would go off, but I wouldn't go off. Because when I started, I sort of envisioned fencing as sort of when you stab them, it's as if they die. So I was like, if I stab them in the leg, that's not going to really work. And so I got over confused. And I guess it's just a force of habit now for me to enjoy foil a lot more.
Because then you've only tried epee once at your old club. Are you thinking about maybe somewhere down the track to do those two discipline, or have a go at those two discipline?
I mean, I might try them, but I feel like overall I would be more focused into foil. I might try them for fun or just really get to sort of know about them a little more. And maybe then we'll see maybe if I would like to also try to do that a little bit more. But for now, I'm mainly focusing on foil.
Now, you mentioned, I'm assuming one of your highlights is obviously finishing first at the state championships this year. Is there any other highlights or achievements that you've done that stands out to you the most?
Well, I've tried under 15s as well before under 13s. Like, it was a comp right before that on the same day. It was also my first time doing 2 comps after each other. So I was very tired and just had to understand that I had to keep going. I was tired from the last comp, and honestly, I felt really proud of myself because I wasn't 100% expecting myself to make it past DE. So when I got up to the quarterfinals, I was honestly quite proud of myself there.
What does the sport of fencing mean to you now?
Fencing, to me now, it just means sort of my everyday life. It's what I love to do. It's sort of my passion, what I want to see myself doing in the future, hopefully.
And how special is being part of the Blacklords fencing club?
They're very special to me overall because they're the ones who really got me into fencing. That's probably the biggest reason why I'm here today, why I'm a fencer, and why I enjoy the sport itself.
And do you have any future ambitions in the sport of fencing for you?
Well, I would like to go to the Olympics as an athlete. I am mainly going right now to be able to get up to that level, and then we'll see from there.
And what will be your advice to kids out there that should get involved in fencing?
My advice would be, if you really want to try it, go for it. It's not like a scary sport. No one's really mean in it. People are they look mean from their faces, but trust me, everyone is just so nice once you really get to know them. It's a fun sport, and I mean, if you're someone who has a lot of energy, it's a great way to get it out, as you just have so many things to keep your brain going with, as well as it's just such an athletic sport. You have to do multiple things in it, and still be able to have energy to keep going for the rest of the day, so 100%.
Do you have any embarrassing moments?
Yeah, I think one time when I got really, really, really scared of going into a competition, I got overwhelmed and just panicked the night before it. Like, I panicked a week before, and then a couple of days before it, and then the night before, and then the morning before it. So I remember one night I got very overwhelmed with the competition that I started crying to my mom. My mom's like, "If you want, we can not go." And I'm like, "No, but I want to go, but I don't want to go." And so I ended up going.
And any comedians or good singers or good dancers?
Comedian of the group's 100% Tom. Tanika also plays the piano. She's really good at that.
Yes.
We have quite a bit of people who like to be funny. Like, overall, just everyone's making jokes a lot in the group class. And, I mean, I haven't really heard many people sing other than Tanika. So, that's also...
I guess, is anyone in the squad there that are into their TikToks?
Yes. I remember Gabby used to like TikTok. I used to follow her, and she would upload a lot. So Gabby, and I remember, I think Tace, when she first got it as well, she sang, she had the song stuck in her head, so we'd all get the song stuck in our head. I'm not really sure about everyone else. Maybe Juliet. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe Juliet. Yeah, I think that's everyone in our group who really, really likes TikTok.
We'll finish off with these last two. The first one is, do you have a pre-competition ritual that you go through?
Yeah, usually in the trainings before the competition, let's say a week before, maybe even 2 weeks before, we would mostly focus on fencing a lot, throughout the competition, and really getting to fence those players who we don't really get to fence too much, as well as sort of get to understand a little more if we have any sort of concerns on a little like technique or something we want to try. We try it in that time as well. We also have a very like normal routine for our warm-ups. We have that routine set, and yeah, we do it before, like when we wake up and we're at the competition. That's what we do. And we also have we just have some things to help us calm down. From time to time, we would have to like breathe during the car to help us calm down.
Two-part question to finish off. The first one: have you convinced any of your friends at school to be involved in fencing?
Not in school, but before lockdown, one of my friends he has a lot of energy, and he loves to fight, and he loves that. So I said I offered them if they want to try fencing, and they said yeah, and we just never really got up to really signing them yet because we wanted them to lock down.
Describe the sport of fencing in a couple of words.
Mysterious, fun, and unique.
Love those words. But Salma, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. It's awesome having you on the show, and hopefully this time next year, hopefully when we get you back on the show, hopefully be talking about some more competition this time than this year and last year, and hopefully get to see you on I guess back on the fencing side of things, and especially getting ready for hopefully state and nationals in 2022.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on the show, and I hope to see you next year in 2022 too.
No worries. And that's Salma there, joining us from the Blacklords fencing club. And of course, if you want to be involved there with Rob and the team out there at the Blacklords fencing club, we'll put all the details up on how you can go about getting involved in the sport. There's more on the Smash Sport show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.